What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rakeem Gutter, aka that man, aka the man with the plan. It's your boy Rakeem Gutter. All right, we back with another video. This video is very impromptu. I just wanted to get it out real quick and let you guys know how I feel about the recent events that's been transpiring in our world today. Starting off with what's happening with Lizzo, because it's something that's really near and dear to my heart. Last night I watched the Boyce Watkins interview, or my fault video that he posted to YouTube, and I was very impressed at how eloquently he expressed his opinions regarding her situation. And he goes on to sort of formulate more, he goes to formulate deeper thoughts regarding her state of mind and how she's arrived at this point where, she's breaking down in front of camera, she's crying, she's doing all this stuff to show us how emotionally affected she is by the way people are receiving her. Now, first and foremost, I want to go ahead and say this video is not to go ahead and attack anybody. It's not to disparage anyone in pursuing their talents or stop doing, and to say to anyone, stop doing what you're doing. Go ahead and do you. If it's making you money, if you safe, if nobody's threatening your life, you feeding your family and yourself, go ahead and do what you do. And I want to also, my bad. So yeah, I had to go ahead and turn my TV off because it's way too loud, and I had to go ahead and stop my dogs from barking. But anyway, back to the point. Basically, my whole thing is this. I saw the video that Lizzo made with Cardi B called Rumors, right? All right, cool. Yada, yada, yada. Rumors was very delectable. It's a very delightful video. It's very, entertaining. The music, her voice in the song sounded very amazing. The choice of instrumentation, stylistic aspects of the video, I can go on and on about it. The video showcased her talents, and we love her for that. We love her for those type of collaborations that she does, and we love her for breaking the mold. She is a very dominant, you can tell she's very dominant. She's very self-aware. She's very she's very sure of herself as well. But in the context of how people are starting to see themselves based off of what social media is saying about them and how it interprets their whole performance in the society, digest that. How this world is becoming, your view of how I see you through social media, this is very toxic for anybody. And so when it comes to people formulating their opinions and these stars that we look up to, they're going to be affected by this. Now, her emotions that she feels are totally valid, but we have to go on the side of, how can we remedy things? How can we remove ourselves from the situation? And what is the context of the situations that we are putting ourselves in, and how we're conducting ourselves within them? Let's step back for a moment and address the most critical elements regarding the narrative that's been painted about her. It has to do with what she's beginning to stand for, and the abrupt nature of it all, the very forceful nature of it all. I liken it to, if you ever seen a movie and you see somebody getting waterboarded, and you know what that means. That term refers to when they're trying to interrogate somebody and they got you, they got you and your fellas, your girls or whoever. They need some information. They putting a towel over your head. They putting a towel over your face, and they getting information from you by forcefully making you do it, pouring water all over you until you gasp for breath, until you accept the fact that you got to give them this information. It's kind of like that. And that's what the whole tone of all this criticism is coming from millennials, from baby boomers, from whoever, older individuals that's, looking at her like, this is a poor way to represent your community, people and women that look like you. From all those people, that's where this tone is coming from. All right? And when it comes to that tone of voice that they're using to sort of judge her actions, I don't agree with that, but we have to understand where it's coming from. Lizzo, like so many other celebrities, DaBaby, Lil Nas X, and like I said before in my video, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I'm not trying to attack anybody. Main purpose of this video is to address the black community. That's the only people I'm concerned with. Concerned with allowing you to see what's being shown to you so you can have all the information to ascertain how you feel about any given instance that's occurring right now. All right? So you don't have to, so you can escape the minutia of social discourse. You don't have to believe other people's opinions. You could just look at it and not pick a side. You could be your own. You could be in your own lane about how you feel about things. Now, with that said, looking at these people, DaBaby, Lizzo, Lil Nas X, all right? Lil Nas X, just like Lizzo, and DaBaby are forcefully feeding us content that is not conducive to a beneficial or even a amiable, whatever words you want to use, perception of black folks. And it's not conducive to a healthy mental state for black folks. All right? I don't care what it is, how you feel, who you love, the color of garb you decide to wear, what you decide to eat. All of that is a personal preference, personal choice. We're going to leave that out of the scope of argument. But when you decide that your opinion and your view on things supersedes the group of people that you're representing, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem when you get on social media and you want to cry about things, when you want to get on stage and argue about things and call out certain groups. It becomes a problem when you want to go ahead and allow yourself to become so big that you can change the narrative once you get in the game. You know who I'm talking to. And you want to foist all these different ideas, these different, these very warped and just very questionable imagery upon the masses, not just your people. You as creators have the power to either help or hinder the growth of society. And the problem is you think that your actions, oh so vocal, oh so blatant, are the means to doing that, and it's not. Certain artists, I'm still on that point, certain artists want to use certain imagery that is detrimental to our society, just based off of the confines and the constraints that's been placed on us for so many years. Now, we have 3 different people that we're talking about here, that I'm talking about y'all, because you guys are voices that are very loud, and you the ones that can change it. These three people whose voices are so loud are all very different people. Very different sexual orientations, very different music styles, very different ways of dressing, very different whatever you want to call it. But they all feel the through line, the connecting, the string of connective tissue, connective whatever, the thing that connects all of these people together is the fact that they are dismissing the way that they are being perceived. They're dismissing the way that they're allowing themselves to be perceived by society. And they're not validating people's concerns about what they're doing. If I'm watching somebody drive in front of me and they begin to swerve over. I'm watching somebody drive and they begin to swerve over. I see that they swerving, so I get out in the lane and I go meet them where I can see them. We face to face now on both of our lanes. We can see each other's driving. We can see through each other's driver's seats through the window. And I'm trying to signal to that person, hey bro, wake up, or are you drunk or whatever? Like, beep, honking my horn to make sure that they understand that I'm aware of their actions and they need to act right. People like Dr. Boyce Watkins, people like Charlemagne the God, people like whoever is trying to critique these celebrities and give them a way of seeing their actions beyond themselves because they can't see it. All right? They can't see it. So when these types of narratives of black men being in jail are being painted from two different individuals, two different orientations, different walks of life, supposedly, it's not about any of the stuff that they're saying or posting in their or explicitly posting in their videos and in their messages that they're saying. It's all about how this imagery, how these words, and how this performance of the third party, how concerning the third party, the last one, how all these factors are being used against us by you. Lil Nas X and DaBaby and Lizzo probably have never sat down and had a discussion before. Lil Nas X and DaBaby are both using problematic jailhouse imagery. To do what in their videos? To glorify, to entice, to have us question, to have it bring back negative memories in people's minds, to show us the culture that's going inside of prisons to do what? That we don't already know. Because we don't have family that's in prisons, because we don't know what goes down in there. I'll quote Dr. Boyce Watkins. You trying to make the penal system, the penitentiary, look like Candyland, Disneyland. And it's not this. That's not the way. I don't care what agenda you trying to propagate. Know what your bounds are. I don't care what imagery you trying to use to facilitate that scope of reasoning or that frame of reference. That agenda. I don't care what you trying to use. Just know you affecting people. And just know that you have to look at your actions, write them down on a piece of paper, proofread them motherfuckers all the way before you do what it is that you're doing. Now I want to get back to the point of Lizzo. These other two gentlemen I was speaking of, let's throw them out the equation right now. Because they don't seem to be affected by what they're doing, and they don't seem to care about what people are, how people are being affected by what they're doing. You as a woman should understand. Now let's go to this. I got 4 sisters. I got 6 actually if you want to count the ones on my dad's side. That's in Mississippi, right? I got 4 sisters. 6 sisters total. Only male. I was raised by women. All right? I have certain, let's say I have certain understanding of what women view, how women view themselves in this world, and the daily thoughts that go on in their head regarding men, regarding anything in their lives. I know this because I was a little boy living with a whole bunch of them. All right? And I say this to say, we all, as men who grew up in single mother homes, let that resonate. We all understand when a woman come past and she a lot older in age. She might be a little hefty. She might be a little big. She might be whatever you want to say. She might have a little more weight on her, right? But she also know how to carry herself in public. On any venue, on any platform or venue she decides to be a part of. She knows how to carry herself. She knows that her weight is a sign of a problematic factor in her life, but she also knows that she don't have to go out looking no type of way. She knows to herself that this part of her body is displeasing because she let herself get carried away with life, with raising kids, with, emotional vendettas that she's still dealing with from her past, from a whole lot of other shit in her life. But she still decides to walk with her head tall. Yes, she's big and beautiful. You understand me? But she also knows how to carry herself in public. And that's the thing with Lizzo. I think that you're missing. We get that you want to be happy about what you're doing, but there's a thin line between class and showing your. Matter of fact, it's not a thin line. It's a bold-faced font. It's a very thick line between those two ways of getting down, those two ways of performing, those two ways of being yourself in public. I knew that the older women in my household, in my life, any of the women that I encountered that were bigger, all the women in my family is over 200 pounds. Keeping it $150 with you. They all know how to dress with class and with grace and with elegance. Because that's how anybody, it don't matter if you like who you like or if you prefer who you prefer. When you see somebody walking with their head held tall and they dressing with a little, like, with a little reservation, with a little, give you a little sauce to where it's like, I want to know what's underneath. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter what they look like. They gonna get that because they walk like that. They breathe like that. They hold their disposition like that. And that's the only thing I wanted to say, really. We need to stop focusing on aspects of our society that do not matter. That does not matter, ma'am. That you would like to get on TikTok and do what you do and then get mad when people talk about you for doing what you do. Because we're not talking about you because we don't love you, because we don't see you as one of our own. We just trying to raise a point that maybe you should look at your actions and curtail them so that they are more palatable. If a baby does not like what you feeding them, are you gonna force feed that baby that? Or are you gonna find something that's just as nutritious and just as delicious that they can fucking enjoy? You don't. All these individuals that I named, these three individuals, that's they modus operandi. That's how a lot of these celebrities in general are structuring their platforms. They want to force feed us content. They want to force feed us information so that we, as the mass of voyeurs looking at them who feel helpless, can take all that they're giving us and get on their side. And that's not the route. Look at what just happened in Haiti. Look at how the Taliban have just took over Kobul. Look at all that stuff. You telling me that these celebrities matter? You gotta be joking. You gotta be joking. So, I say that to say, just walk with some grace. Walk with a little hindsight. There's so many other things happening. The pandemic is still running rampant. Our global economy is rebounding. The bubble is beginning to collapse, possibly, and there's going to be a lot of other things happening in the future that we have to gear up for. Do not allow yourself to be tainted by any of the narratives being painted outside your scope of reference. Celebrities, do your due diligence, man. You got all that money, all that power, all that cushiness, all that lavish lifestyle, and yeah, you still acting like high schoolers. Grow up, man. Because if I was in your position, I'd do way better than y'all doing. Hey, Raheem Gutter Boy. That man with the plan. We coming back with more videos. Get with me or get lost. I don't know what else to say. It's just so much more happening. We need to clean up our community, man. So much more happening. We need to clean up our community. As boisterously as y'all want to start to, foist upon us your campaigns, boisterously, and also ferociously, flamboyantly care about what's happening in this world. Deuces.